Hello everybody, Dakian back here with painting Verthandi, and we're going to do more non-metallic metal stuff. This time we're going to use another set from Scale Color for gold metallics. It has a lot of different colors. We're going to be using the first four of these here: White Sands, Tenere Yellow, Sahara Yellow, and Gobi Brown. And we're going to use the recipe that they kindly provide for gold. Now, you might think that it should be bronze if it uses armor or part of a sword hilt as it's going to be, but looking at the way that they paint it on the studio model, it does look very gold-like, especially here on the shield. Looks more like gold than bronze. I might try to tilt it a bit darker than this, than the gold recipe in here, just to I don't know, make it seem a bit more bronzy. But interestingly, they don't provide recipes for bronze. I would have to figure that out myself. They provide a guide for gold and a guide for using here for copper. I suppose bronze would be somewhere in between these. You could do a mix of them, but anyway, I'm going to try to go for gold at first anyway, and see how that looks. If I don't like how it looks, I will have to try to shade it down to bronze somehow. But let's get started and see what happens. Okay, so now I've put down a base coat on this area and the hilt, which is a mixture approximately 50-50 of Gobi Brown and Sahara Yellow. And into that mix, I've made a new mixture by taking 50% that mixture and maybe another 50% of Tenere Yellow. The highlight after that is going to be pure Tenere Yellow, and then I might mix in some White Sands. The shading is going to be straight Gobi Brown and possibly a mixture of Gobi Brown and Eclipse Gray. We'll see how far I need to go. This is scary. I'm going to try this live on camera for the first time and possibly fail. I'm taking the first highlight here, and let's see, where do I want to place it? Around here, I think. This is the first time in, I want to say years, but not that long, that I've used something smaller than a size 0 brush. This is a 000, which is just a few strands of hair, really. Not much of a brush, really. And the scary thing about highlighting and shading NMM is that there's very little reference. I mean, when you have a flat, straight surface like the sword, you can sort of make up a schematic for how it's supposed to be lit. But any other type of surface, any type of irregular surface, you just have to kind of make it up as you go along, because, well, the thing is, if you look at metallic surfaces in real life, how do they reflect light? Well, it depends. It depends on how strong the light is, exactly how polished the surface is, exactly what angle of light it's receiving, is from which direction it's coming. I'm gonna assume a zenithal here. Put on this highlight and see what it looks like. Okay. That was not a very distinctive highlight. Let's add to that a little bit. Yeah, there's really nothing holding your hand when you're doing this, which is both scary and liberating at the same time. Like any type of freedom. And yeah, let's try to shade it a little bit. Take a small amount of the Gobi brown here and see what happens if I that was perhaps a bit careful. Oh, that's too much. Not sure I'm gonna make this look good. Yeah, I'm just experimenting here, really trying to find a way of doing this. It doesn't look completely cack-handed. Let's go to the next highlight and see if what happens, just as an experiment, if I just put this on straight to near yellow, like edge in here. Does that look weird? Kind of almost looks okay, doesn't it? It's a little odd, but hey, who am I to judge, right? So what happens if we go to white? Where would that strike? I don't know. Let's add a bit of a darker shade here in the middle. Now this is with some of the gray mixed in. I don't know. This is looking not terrific. Oops. Well, I ruined that. Maybe. Put on more of that and try to mix in the shade a little bit more. No. I'm sort of reduced to kind of wet blending at this point to try to get some sort of effect going. I don't know. does not look like anything at all. I think I need some even darker shade here to contrast it. Yeah. Mix more of the gray and it turns into sort of a black brown. And let's put this at the top here. A bit there. Okay, I think the shading is dark enough. I'm gonna have to let that dry for a bit before I put on more highlights. What can we do down here? Put some really dark shading there. Maybe underneath here. Yeah, that's as black as you want to go. I'm not getting really anything resembling the shades on the cover art, probably because I'm not using Andrea paints. Okay, coming up on 10-minute mark here. I'm gonna have to pause the video and probably allow these coats to dry, and then I'll come back and work at it some more. Okay, it's more dry now, and I mean, at a distance it looks like something. I'm not sure, I think it looks metallic, but it looks sort of like some material that's highlighted in some way. I don't know if I need to smooth out the transition here with this mid-tone shade. Probably, yeah. Not make it so harsh and mix in even more transitionary color here. But and then up the extremes of the highlight, like going perhaps to straight white here for a few dots. I don't know if that's making it any better. I mean, compared to the picture here, they've gone with the colors are kind of different. They're not as the Andrea colors are more of a, they've used more of a red brown as a shade. The browns here in this set from Scale Color, kind of a khaki, almost a green brown. Not sure why they would choose that for gold. But I'm gonna try to make it work. I probably need that real brightness. Where would the highest points be? Somewhere here and there. And I want this color, not so much of it, top edge here. I don't know. I could keep going at this forever. I'm not sure how edifying it is for you to watch my fumbling on camera. So I'm thinking that I'll cut here and come back once I've finished experimenting with this and come to some sort of conclusion. Oh, that was too much. I'm just sort of adding highlights in more or less at random now, where I think it might look reasonable and seeing what happens. So yeah, I'll continue this experimentation on my own for a while. And well, I've been at this for a while now, and from a distance it looks like something bright. I'm not sure I want to say it looks like gold, but I'll stop here, chalk it up to experience, and say, maybe I didn't succeed on the first try. I'll have to try again, possibly on the shield, which has to be painted the same way, though it's a slightly larger area in some places, so might work better. We'll see. Anyway, so this is the first episode that ends on a note of perhaps failure, but oh well. I'll do better next time. For now, I'm Doc Ian, and I'm signing.